Hey, so good to have you tune in to this week's episode because today is part listen, part ask, and I actually need you to pause at a certain point in this episode because what I'm walking you through has a pretty special payoff a few weeks from now. So grab a coffee, find a quiet spot, and let's get stuck in. If you've been around for a while, you would know that I'm literally obsessed with deeply human brand experiences, the type of experiences that make people feel seen and understood rather than just a number in a system. And what I've found over my more than 10 years of working deep inside hundreds of online businesses is this. Most business owners think about the customer experience as something they do for their customers. But what they often forget is the experience they should create for themselves as business owners. And often we go through the emotions. We set goals, we make plans, and then life happens and we forget what we were aiming for in the first place. That's where my brand new love letter to your future self enters the picture. The idea is really simple, and you basically write a love note to your future self today. You set your intentions around how you want to show up, what you want to change in the way you serve your customers, what you'd love to achieve along the way, and who you want to become. And then I send it back to you at a point in time when you least expect it, but probably need it most. The idea, if you're wondering, came about while brainstorming inside a client project for one of my retainer clients. We are currently working on an industry-leading virtual event where I was tasked to brainstorm, ideate, and come up with out-of-the-box ideas to create engagement during the event, but also keep up that momentum beyond the event. And yeah, it sort of came up organically, and I love it so much that I'm incorporating it in my own business as well. So before you go and set your intentions, I actually want you to reflect on this one question so you can streamline that process. If your best customer wrote you a love note 60 days from now, what would you want it to say about the experience of working with you? Sit with that thought and that question for a moment, because what comes up for you organically should be definitely part of your love note and the intentions you set to your future self. On the other side of setting those intentions, I have a sneaky surprise for you, which is waiting for you the moment you hit submit on that form, and it happens to be very on brand for me. If you're now ready and curious to write that love note to your future self, simply head to the show notes, hit up the link. It only takes 2 minutes to complete the process, and your future self will absolutely be grateful and love you for it a few weeks down the track. If you're now wondering whether it's actually worth your time to go through this process, hear me out, because a deeply human brand experience is not only about what you do for your customers. It genuinely starts with how intentional you are about your own direction as a business owner. Because when you're clear on who you are becoming as a business owner and what type of business you want to run, that clarity flows through into your copy, into your offers, into your emails, and the way you show up for your audience. I actually can't wait to show up in your inbox when you least expect it, but likely need it most in a few weeks' time to check in, to see how you went, and to cheer you on if you actually took those first steps towards your intentions. That's it for today. Make sure you hit up that link in the show notes. I would love to support you on this journey towards becoming a more intentional, customer-centric business owner. We're back to regular programming next week. But before we wrap up, I would love you to have a quick think. Do you know anyone who could also benefit from this intention setting exercise? I would love to pop up in their inbox in a few weeks' time as well and cheer them on from the sidelines. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next week.